Sure, Mr. Chairman. I think we did have one additional witness, Rebecca Flower. In addition to my testimony, I was wondering if I could read her statement out loud. She was unable to join us.
Proceed.
Thank you, sir. To Chairman Tipton and members of the House Education Committee, I would like to preface my statement by making clear my position on diversity, equity, and inclusion. I believe that, like all, diversity, equity, and inclusion is necessary on our campuses, and our courses, departments, centers, and promote these ideals should exist. Centers like the Cultural and Equity Center, the Women's Center, the LGBTQ Center, etc., all do wonderful work on our campuses and make students feel safe and supported. At the University of Louisville, the Diversity and Equity Center houses the centers stated previously, and the faculty and staff that work within these spaces are dedicated to students and student needs. There is no shortage of love and support that can be found, and though they could always be better supported, I would never hesitate to go to any of these entities if I needed help. Where there is a disconnect is the work that is being done in our diversity and equity, in our Office of Institutional Diversity, and the work that's done by administration specifically in the Office of Diversity. It is often difficult to quantify the progress towards DEI made by administrative entities, as students on campus are not privy to the distinction of the Office of Diversity and the Diversity and Equity Center. So because that distinction is not being made, when efforts of accountability are aimed at the Office of Diversity, which is led by administration that work directly under the Office of the President, students believe that these essential centers are being targeted as well. I'm glad to see that in SB 6 and the Senate sub, this is not true. This is not to say that the Office of Diversity isn't doing anything, but when you ask the average student what that office is and what it does, they won't be able to answer. Most students aren't given the privilege to meet the administration that works in these departments. Students benefit when there are more funds directed into scholarships and resources. The Office of Diversity operates as an entity that has the administration and university needs at the forefront of the mind. Students come at a convenience. I have felt unsupported and bamboozled in a sense. When I once visited the office and talked at length about how there needed to be more money placed within the scholarships housed by the Office of Diversity, I was met with the promise that it was being addressed. It has not been. It feels extremely disingenuous when a student goes out of their way to meet with administration, an admin in her letter as she puts it, to express concerns and their input is ignored. Students do not feel supported by their administration. Students do not feel connected to many of the individuals who make some of the biggest decisions regarding student needs. There is no reason that students should be able to discern that many of the individuals that work in admin do not actually like students. Let me say that again. There is no reason that students should be able to discern that their admin doesn't like their students. Do not actually like their students or even work alongside them. It is apparent as actions speak much louder than words. Accountability is necessary. As an Office of Diversity that focuses mostly on how to make the university appear more diverse and accepting isn't being utilized correctly, in my opinion. The work being done in the resource centers is essential and deserve the highest praise. I believe it's necessary to question, why aren't they better supported? Respectfully, Rebecca Flower, University of Louisville SGA President for College of Arts and Sciences, and Martin Luther King Scholar at the University of Louisville.